K.C. Peterson. I work for the Sacramento Area Fire Chaplaincy as a fire chaplain. I'm also a full-time firefighter. Crisis response training is a methodology that we use to meet people in their deepest times of needs to help them walk through a crisis. You never know when God is going to orchestrate a moment that you can use some of this training in. I attended the 11th anniversary firefighter memorial in Colorado Springs of the 9/11 tragedy. There's a wall that has all the names of firefighters that died on duty. One of the people that we went to the memorial for was a gentleman by the name of Eric Olson. And so every day on duty, I carry Eric's card with me just as a reminder of how the life changed for Eric's family that day. So I wanted to find Eric's name on the wall, and I found it, and I had a friend of mine, another firefighter, take a picture of me standing next to his name. As she's taking the picture of me, a man came up in civilian clothing and stood right behind her and watched this whole event unfold in front of him. And after I stood up, he came right up to me, got into my personal space, and he said, "How do you know Eric Olson?" He said, "Eric and I got hired together. We were best friends. We went through an academy together. We came out here when this wall had nothing on it. And we stood here and said, this is what we're getting into. Eric was my best friend." And I stood there and I said, wow, God's orchestrating this moment here. So I asked him, what's your story? What happened afterwards? And he related how after 9/11, he could only work for a period of time. There were too many memories and too many things that came back to him that just he couldn't deal with. And so he left the fire service altogether. I looked at him and I said, well, thank you for telling me your story like this. And I extended my hand out to shake his hand, and he enveloped me in a big old bear hug and simply turned around and walked away. All I did was ask. And that's what people need, just a listening ear sometimes. Caleb's given an opportunity to literally thousands of people to receive this training free of charge. That's just going to be little microcosms of hope and care and community in neighborhoods across this nation. And I believe that what they're standing behind and getting behind is going to have far-reaching effects in our world today.